because we let them in and we give them the helping hand that they're supposed to be needing. But what about us? We are American-born citizens and we pay taxes. And by God, if you don't let up our police department, our sheriff's department stand up for our rights, then you're all wrong. And when they start breaking into your homes and ruining your constitutional rights, then you'll know how we feel.
Dennis Witham.
Dennis Witham.
Dennis Witham.
Lyle Williams.
Lyle Williams. How about Dennis Witham?
Okay, how about Carl Nitz?
Carl Nitz.
Hi, Carl Nitz, 1361 Anna. Going against this whole sanctuary city or welcoming city, however you want to call it. I deployed to Honduras, I deployed to Saudi Arabia. I've seen a lot of these people. You're opening a whole can of something you don't want to close. You can't close fast enough. This is wrong entirely. And anybody who supports it should be removed from this commission.
Martha Dillon, I'm sorry.
I've lived overseas for a number of years.
Just state your name and address for us, please.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Martha Dillon, 207 Robinwood Drive. I lived for a number of years overseas. I've worked with people of a lot of different ethnic and racial groups. I have nothing against them. But I do have something against about accepting illegals, undocumented. It's a matter of semantics. It's all the same thing. We are a country of law. And when we start, I too am shocked that there was not one person here willing to second the motion that ICE should be supported. Not one of you would second it. And I'm speechless. Aren't we here to support our laws, our government? We have kids coming in from villages with diseases that are being brought into the schools because they've never been vetted. We don't know where they come from. We don't know their backgrounds. They're uneducated. They don't know how to have any kind of interaction with people like us. We're looking at so many problems that affect our children in school, adults. It's a sanctuary city, no matter what you call it. We are welcoming. Why do we need a rule to be welcoming when we already are? Unless you're thinking that, okay, we're going to welcome them with the food stamps. We're going to welcome them with the Medicare. We're going to welcome them with housing. We're going to welcome them with all these other things. No. When people have been vetted properly, they have people sponsor them so they find jobs. They help them get started. They are a community to surround them. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Not just kind of let them, not just let them come in and they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know what our laws are. And they try to get a driver's license. They don't know what they're supposed to do and somebody gets killed.
Thank you, Martha. Next I have Vicki Gold. And next I have Larry Gardner after Vicki.
Vicki Goss, 3466 Fruitvale Road, Montague, Michigan. Back in 1982, I contacted our state reps over my concern that women were coming up to Michigan from beyond our borders to have their babies so that they could stay in the country without being deported. A friend of mine from another country in the Middle East was coming on back into Michigan to visit a relative. She could have stayed. She had a green card. The lady sitting next to her in the plane asked her, this other lady was a foreign lady from this other country, asked her where to go immediately to get on welfare. Okay, I've worked in a school. Kids in school come, they come here on a temporary basis. They get all kinds of help. You have to provide psychologists. You have to provide social workers. You have to provide tutors for them. You have to do all of this at taxpayers' expense. And these kids leave on the weekends or in the middle of the night or whatever, and take their supplies with them. So we can't afford that. One boy who had been in trouble, he was an illegal boy, came across the border, was told if he spent a certain amount of time not getting in trouble, he could go to this college of his choice free. I have a granddaughter that owes $100,000 for her college. I have another granddaughter that has multiple tuition grants. And I even have a daughter that still owes. And you can imagine her age is not real young. So that's another thing to consider. Last thing I want to tell you is we have cities in Michigan already where the people have immigrated and they go to one area. We have areas where we could not walk into that city unless we are of their religion. We're in the United States. I'm against this whole thing, but I want them legal.
Thank you, Vicki. Sandy Kim? Oh, that Larry Gardner?
Larry Gardner.
Sandy Kim?
Thank you, Commissioners, for this opportunity to speak with you. I would like to ask you to carefully consider how allowing illegal immigrants, giving them immunity from abiding by our laws, would affect the safety and the financial stability of our county. Many people have stated this already, and I'm just going to reiterate what they've said about that. Please allow ICE to do its job. Please allow the Sheriff's Department to keep our county safe. Thank you.
John Bartz?
John Bartz.
All right. Next up, we're gonna have Don Malinsky.
Don Malinsky.
Hi, I'm John Fars, 2816 Greenridge Avenue, North Muskegon. What I have to say is only directed towards those that come here illegally, not the legals, it's fine. So the ideas that I have, it's a slap in our face as law-abiding Americans to allow them to come in illegally. The word illegal. That's the bottom line to me, illegal. If I do something wrong, I'm gonna pay the piper and go to jail. What makes it any different for them, other than they've come here illegally and we wanna give them everything that we have for free? Also, you can't, not you necessarily, we can't control the violence in our areas now, let alone the way it's going to escalate amongst people who already are here illegally that don't have any problems with not following our laws. Once they get here, it's gonna escalate. You're gonna have a major problem, especially if the police and others can't do a thing about it. Also, increased cost to the county, the cities that use our facilities, our jails, our hospitals, police departments, higher taxes. That's gonna fall on all of us, not them, us. So if you pay taxes, your taxes will go up too. We have a double standard that'll be set if we allow this, because we are law-abiding citizens. They are not. And of course, if their crimes can't be brought to the forefront, it'll never be taken care of. Puts each of our county residents in increased risk of being a victim of proven increase in violence. And what we're doing in America right now is making good evil and evil good. Thank you for your time.